Hello, dear subscribers. Hello, everyone. Here's Daniel from teahouse. So I'm here today to present you the teas we have in the December's of this year, December's tea road box, and the little tea road as well. So in this video, I'll present first the 4 teas that you have in the little tea road, and then we'll just add the 3 other ones to complete the ones from the large, the regular version of the tea road. So how we make the boxes normally is just we choose the 7 teas in general, and after that we'll specify the ones for the little tea road. Will be 4 of them. It's the first time I get the video this way, so we'll see how it goes. And if you have any questions anyway, you can just leave comments below or write to us. I'll just put the links in the description of this video. So as a tradition for Christmas time, so we started last year and we gave a little pour stuffed in orange. This year we gifted you a little extra, so that you're in the little or the larger tea road subscription, you'll receive a little mandarin, actually tangerine, that was stuffed with black tea from Fujian. So it's a Vietnamese varietal of tangerine that is really aromatic and green. So don't be afraid if you see the color. It's normal. it's a little citrus that is that color, and inside you have a really good and smooth, a bit sweetish black tea. So the way to brew this tea is to break it apart. You can just break it in the bag, so that way you won't have some dust everywhere. And you just choose the quantity of tea you need. So in there, this little orange makes about 1 large teapot, so or 3 cups, would say. So you can just take the quantity of tea you need, and you take some pieces of the citrus peel at the same time, just proportionally, and you can put it for brew, and it will give something that is really close to something like a citrus black tea or Earl Grey. We find it's really delicate and fun. Quite low caffeinated also, and it's a tea that is really, to me, it's orange. The stories of my father when he was young. So he was born in the 40s, and he was receiving oranges in his Christmas stocking, and he always, like, those stories always kind of really made me wondering the way we take things for granted. Now oranges is so easy to have at the shop every time of the year. Even we would be shocked to not have any in the on the shelves, you know. And for him it was a really special thing. So it's just a little we just wanted to share this with you in matter of tea. So it's just like a little tradition we're starting, so probably we'll see next year what we can find as well. So hope you'll enjoy it. That's a little extra for both of the subscribers from any of the tea roads options. So we start with the 4 teas, for the 4 first teas. So 2 green teas from the same tea farmer, Mr. Miyazaki, in Miyazaki Prefecture, southern Japan, on Kyushu Island. So if you were a subscriber from the past boxes, you had the oolong and his hojicha, anakauru, and his black tea as well, Minami Sayaka Kocha. And now his specialty is Kamairicha. So it's a green tea that is pan-fried instead of being steamed like other Japanese green teas, like sencha or gyokuro. So Kamairicha is traditionally done in a wok. So you just stir the leaves a bit the same way as we do in China. Now when we do large production, it's kind of a open vat that looks like a long cylinder wok with pans that will just roll the tea. So the contact of the heat will just kill the enzyme that would bring the tea to turn darker and darker towards a black tea. So any green tea is like this. In China, it's pan fried or in like a big dryer, and in Japan, it's a little looks like a steamroller, but it just goes through a jet of vapor, of steam, and kills the enzyme that way. So that's the only green tea in Japan that is processed the Chinese way. And Mr. Miyazaki always impresses me when I go there, is that he have so many Kamairicha of different cultivars, and a geek like me really like to compare those little details rather than just saying Kamairicha is tasting like this. No, it's not true. Kamairicha from Yabukita and Kamairicha from Saemidori or Sayamakaori will taste different, because each cultivar, like for wine cepage, like Riesling and Chardonnay and Sauterne, won't taste the same. So Kamairicha, the regular is Saemidori. Saemidori is my favorite. Every time I go there, I always finish to choose this one. So now I don't ask myself. Every year we just order Saemidori. Tastes a bit like mango and a bit corn, and really bright and sunny and comforting in a way. Really different from Sencha, because it's less marine, less in the greener aspect. Sayamakaori has that more kind of luscious and a bit more marine and a bit more velvety in texture, a bit greener as well. So if we look at the little comparison here, Kamairicha, the Saemidori has more like the toasted feeling to it, and gourmand, the pastry-like notes to it, and some fruitiness that you don't have in the Sayamakaori. That is way greener, more marine, not so much fruitier. So this tea is quite easy to prepare. It's super high in caffeine and antioxidants. It's probably one of the strongest. Anyway, the Saemidori for sure. So you can brew it like in a Japanese traditional teapot, or just a large teapot, or even just in a cup with a filter basket. That works perfectly fine. Can brew at least 2 times for sure. And you'll need water, like for other green teas. It's not a green tea that is a bit tricky, or it's quite easy brewing tea, and hope you'll enjoy both of them. I really recommend you to compare, maybe make small cups, just like half a teaspoon in each of them, and just steep them in the same way, and just pour the tea out and just compare like this, just to see how for you would be able to see the difference, to compare the subtleties. Last month we had 2 baozong from 2 tea masters, but from the same area, same cultivar, and from two different farms. Now you have 2 teas from the same farm, but from different cultivar. So we like those things. We're a bit nerds about tea, you know. Hope you'll enjoy the process. So after that, we have a tea that is really comforting, that we wanted to share with you. It's one of our pillars, regular coffee tea that we really enjoy, and that we feel so like a beautiful black tea for winter time. So it's Bailin Honggongfu. It comes from Fujian, and in the white tea producing area, Fuding, Bailin specifically. And so after they make the white tea in March, they will make the black tea in April. A tea like this is often when people come to the shop and say, we would like not a black tea that is astringent or dry or tannic. I want something that is more mellow and smooth and maybe lower in caffeine. So that's the type of black tea we'll just introduce to them. It's a everyday drinking, super good ratio value for the price, and notes of chocolate, of nothing was added. like chocolate and nougat and honey and a bit fruity as well, but more on the gourmand side, on the pastry-ish, everything you find in the pastry shop, notes of it. So you can steep it like in a gaiwan or a large teapot or a small cup too. It's totally fine. It's again not a tea that is tricky. The only thing, you don't want to put boiling water on it. So water that will be around 90 Celsius will give better results. It will bring a sweeter feeling to it and not that much like to kill all the subtleties from the little golden buds you find in this tea. Well, are fragile, are a bit like a white tea. So if you scorch them with boiling water, it will just bring out something that is more regular and normal, like a common black tea. So this is a tea that we sell also in our regular lineup. And for finish, for the little tea road, we've put a really high-end oolong from Huo Shan. That's a tea that we don't sell here, so it's an exclusive lot, micro lot you got. So not a lot of this tea is produced every year. It's indigenous to the Huo mountain, so you have only a few cultivars that are indigenous to that area in Fujian. Other ones were brought from Guangdong or from other parts. So in the Huo oolong, what we see normally, it's really darker roasted oolong. So a bit like for coffee this time. I'm not mistaken on this one. So we name a bit the roast like light roast, medium light roast, or medium light roast, or darker roast. Normally, very darker roast oolong are cheap, and they give them like a boost by burning them almost, so they give a taste of, at least they give a taste of burnt, you know. So I don't know if in coffee it's like that, but normally for oolongs you give an extra taste of something, they would be pretty just too simple, so they just give. So normally medium to light medium or medium high roast are very good, better quality than super high roast. This one is super light. The color of the tea is really light too, and Bai Ji Guan means the white rooster crest, we say in English, yeah, crest. So the upper part, like when you see that tea plant in the field, you have the feeling like a bit like Anji Baicha or Huining Baye. You see like all those kind of fluorescent white, yellow, greenish feeling to it. It definitely stands out visually. It's beautiful, and it grows really slowly, and it doesn't produce so much. So it's higher price and rare. And it's a plant that looks a bit more tricky to grow. The taste is really, really different from all the other Da Hong Pao and Rugui and Shuixian and Shuijingui and others we have in our selection. So in this one, you almost don't feel the roast at all. Actually, we just assume that it was charcoal roasted. They say it is. It's like a drying, from part of the drying process, but you don't taste like that part of the tea. You taste the minerality from the Bai Ji Guan, so you feel some fruit mostly, and herbaceous note, and gourmand a lot. So if we had to put names on the taste we discovered when tasting it, so we just tried it a couple times, and there's not anymore afterwards for sale, you know. So we just had to take a bit to taste for you. Definitely like lemon custard, butter tart, that style of taste. Buttered beans, like yellow wax bean with butter, melted butter on them. You have some florals also, and what we've put else, yeah, fruitiness from the lemon, the citrusy feeling, and herbaceous note, like from the. So it's a tea that you have to taste preciously, would say. It's not to not share it with your dear ones during the Christmas time, but take a special moment to drink it. It's expensive and it can brew many cups. So if you sit down and just doing this and enjoying all the subtleties of it, it's a beautiful and really original cup. So you'll see it's really different from a green tea or other oolongs, really different from other wee oolongs, but really different from any oolongs I've tasted. And it's rare, so enjoy it. Hope you'll enjoy, and you'll honor it, I'm sure. So yeah, so that's for the little tea road. The regular tea road will have this, and we've just noticed that we didn't put in 1 year of the subscription, we didn't put the Huo Shan Huang Ya. It's a yellow tea that is a staple for us. It's a really important tea in our lineup. So Huo Shan Huang Ya, it's a yellow tea from Hanwei, and this crop is really good. Last year was incredible, and this year is really good too. It's almost the same, from the same tea maker. And so what distinguishes the green tea from yellow tea is only one single step that is done just after killing the green. So after the walk part of the big dryers to kill the enzyme, the tea are put in baskets with some warm blankets on them, and they are left for a couple hours to ferment. So it's a kind of the ferment are natural. They are inside the basket. They are on the towel they put in the room, and it will penetrate the tea leaf that was bruised, and it will be just bringing that zingy, zesty, lemony feeling to it. Any white yellow tea I had was a bit pear-ish acidity, like a Basque pear, and that lemon zest to it. So you have that in there. You have also some flour, white flour, delicate white flour, some herbaceous note for sure, corn salad, kind of asparagus maybe, or bamboo shoot feeling to it. Really mild, so you can just have it in a gaiwan. That would be the perfect way of making it, or in a small glass teapot, or porcelain, or a large teapot also, or in a glass. You can just enjoy watching the leaf at the same time. It's caffeine wise, it's moderate, and you can re-steep at least a second time. So hope you'll enjoy. If you never had yellow tea, if you had no yellow tea yet, you'll be able to show or tell your aunts and uncles, if the evening or the morning are boring in family like that, you say, have you ever had yellow tea? And that would be like a good start of a conversation, I think. Okay, so we have here a second oolong. It's the Shou. And if you were a subscriber last month, you had two baozong, as I was mentioning earlier. One was from Mr. Chang, and this is Shou from Mr. Chang as well. So Shou is another cultivar. It's a plant, it's a tea plant that has really large leaf, really large. And on the same patch tea fields of Xingxin oolong to make baozong, they make Shou. And it's a tea that is really popular in monasteries and in temples. I don't know if the name came from there or what, but I can say that this tea is really special in its energy. It's not that much of a tea that is especially bursting of aroma. It's not that lingering and complex, but it's super calming. It has that kind of comfort, and it's like a meditative tea. I was serving it in the tea and meditation workshops, before the pandemic, and it's a tea that has an energy that is really different from other cultivars. I don't know why, but many people witness that as well. So I think it's interesting. So Longjing has that kind of really like almost like a serpent feeling to it, like gives power, and you feel like you've been enhanced when you drink Longjing. That's what I find. Or some cultivars are really sophisticated. Tiguanyin is really elegant and sophisticated, you know, and fine. Shou is really calming. I would say it's almost like a big hug. And the aroma and the taste of this tea is more on the maple syrup, pecan nuts or walnuts, honey. So it was medium roasted from an electric source. And it definitely had that kind of really that would pair super well with desserts and figs and raisins and all that kind of taste range. It gives a lot, so you can rebrew at least a second or a third time. You'll see the leaves take a bit time to unfold, and that's okay. That just gives a first brew that is a bit calmer, and then the second will be stronger. Caffeine wise, it's pretty low, so you can have even in the evening. It won't make you awake. So yeah, it's a tea that we enjoy really much, and it's in our regular lineup as well. And at last, we have Nuo Mi Xiang. That's a really specialty if you never tried it. It's in our lineup, in regular section. This Shou pour is from 2018. So it's fermented tea that was mixed with a local herb that is called Nuo Mi Xiang. What means Nuo Mi Xiang? Xiang is aroma, and Nuo Mi is glutinous rice. So it's a tea that plant tastes and smells like glutinous rice, and mixed with the pu'er, it's pretty good actually. I find it's really comforting and calming stomach-wise, and even the aroma to me is a really good memories. Like when we go to China, I don't know if you add those things, or you can just go to T&T in Ottawa or other place. If you have a Chinese food shop, sometimes they have those things that are like a pyramid. It's leaves that are just packaging a kind of triangle, like a little pyramid of glutinous rice, with in it sometimes ham or nuts or goji berries or raisins and fat, chunks of fat sometimes, or sausage kind of. So I never know which to choose when I'm in China. I just go, this one. I have that kind of pink string around, or the white or the yellow, and they have those kind of big steamer, and you just take this and it's really hot. Put that in a plastic bag, and then when you unfold it, you have that kind of glutinous rice aroma that comes out. That's really nice. So it's probably some people will really enjoy. I know, like Genmaicha, some people really like the roasted green tea, roasted rice in the green tea from Japan. This is really different rice. It's more like really that sweet rice, a bit like a sweet potato, or that kind of Chinese food store smell. And mixed with the pu'er is pretty good. Low in caffeine, super high level of rebrewing potential, and you have a few ones in there. So you can just enjoy I'll just show you. You have it, but for the ones that are not, so it's those things. You don't brew it with the paper, right? You just take it out and then. So that's a nice tea also, really original. So we have many original teas this time for this box. So I wish you really good tea tastings, but besides that, I wish you happy holidays, beautiful Christmas. We hope we'll have snow and everyone will be able to see each other without a new variant that makes us still, like right now, waiting for answers and to know what will happen. So I hope everything will be fine, that you'll enjoy the tea. Share with your family if you want to. That's the nicest gift you can make for us, is to just talk about our teas and give the web address, or never know. But for a small company like ours, it's the nicest gift is to just talk about us and share the tea, so people can know tea better and know where to get some. And we wish you also a beautiful, in advance, a beautiful 2022 new year to come. And I hope we'll be able to share with you new teas for many months to come, for the year to come. And feel free to visit the description below for all the teas that you've tasted, the links to our website, and you can leave comments and contact us info@chai.ca if you have any questions or comments. So take care and see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.